Hello, Oklahoma. I'm here in the studio today with a couple of special guests from the American Heart Association. We've got Brandy Miller, and we've also got Petra Colindres.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and we're going to talk about some issues of health. So why are you here?
Life is why.
Life is why.
Life is why, and this is actually a national program going on by the American Heart Association, and we're going to talk about kind of the local iteration that you guys are promoting right now. So you're going to have some PSAs on TV and everything.
Absolutely.
It's a 4-week program, so you've kind of broken it down into easy bites for people to manage week by week. Right. So. Well, Petra, you are a dietitian.
I am, yes,
so
guilty.
You know all about the healthy aspect, so why don't you start us off with the first 2 weeks?
Sure, so our first week is My Cart is Why. So here's our beautiful cart over here with all the lovely fruits and vegetables. So yeah, we're going to be pushing it around here in the studio here in a little bit. So as you can kind of imagine, with the first week, we're really trying to concentrate for families to consume more fruits and vegetables. So in our challenges, we've kind of thought of ways that we could help families do this. So one of the great things we came up with, or the American Heart Association did, was this lovely little scavenger hunt.
Oh yes, the grocery store scavenger hunt.
It is a grocery store scavenger hunt, and I think that things like this are really great for families, because a lot of times mothers will go in and the kids are kind of afterthoughts, or they're screaming down the aisles. Just kind of incorporates them into the whole shopping experience. And the more that kids are involved in the shopping experience, the more likely they are to actually eat said food that we're getting. So like one of the challenges, if I can kind of go here, is find a vegetable that comes in 2 different colors.
Oh, I can.
Yay! We're already doing good. Yeah, we're already doing good. We got a yellow and a purple carrot.
Yeah.
So different things like that really help get kids involved. And like we just did, we had a discussion about it. The more that we discuss food, instead of just kind of like blindly placing it on their plates, the more apt kids are to actually eat it.
Totally true. When you go to the store and your kid picks out, okay, so what vegetable do you want with dinner? They're probably going to eat it at dinner. So.
At least give it a try. Be like, listen, you chose it. You know, let's talk about the flavor. And I'm a really big proponent too of fixing the same vegetable in different ways, so kids get variation in the flavor. So one day do it steamed. One day do it sauteed. One day maybe do it with a tiny little bit of a cheese sauce or something like that, because everyone loves cheese. But just kind of show it in different varieties and how to enhance the different vegetables flavor.
And get them used to the different textures.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yes.
Very cool. So that's week 1, and that is called My Cart is Why. And so week 2 is My Glass is Why.
Yes, so we are really pushing, believe it or not, with drinking more water. So we really want people to really consume, especially with our younger generation. We love to drink the variety of drinks that we have here. So we're going to play a little bit of a game. You ready for it, Heather?
All right, I love games.
Okay. So we'll start with an easy one, Coke.
Yes.
How much sugar do you think is in a Coke?
Well, I've heard there's a ton of sugar, like all the way up to like here. So we're doing cubes, though, I know, so I'm going to guess like 15.
15 cubes?
So
you
something
were
like that.
close. So this is a smaller one, so note that it's only the 12-ounce can.
Okay.
Obviously, the bigger if you get a bottle or something, the sugar will go up. So for a 12-ounce can, we got 10 sugar cubes right there.
Sugar.
Yes. So let's just kind of talk about what the recommendations are. Let's start with that. So for females, the recommendation is 6 teaspoons a day extra.
6 teaspoons.
Yeah. So if it's coming from your natural, like your fruits and your vegetables, they do have a little bit of sugar in them, that's fine. We're talking about 6 additional from sources like your Coke or your chocolates or your candies. So only 6 teaspoons. For men, it's only 9 teaspoons.
Is 1 cube 1 teaspoon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So if you
Wow.
drink 1 Coke, you're already overdoing it. You're kind of on par if you're a man, but if you're a female, that's it. That means you don't get any bread, because bread has a little bit of sugar in it. You don't get anything else that day, really.
That's crazy. And we've talked about fruits, and I think it's pretty interesting to note that, you know, fruits are full of sugar, and even though they're healthy, you can still get too much sugar by eating a lot of fruits.
Right. Now, it's once again, I always like to say, you know, if you've got a choice between pineapple and the cookie, please go for the pineapple every single time. But you can't overdo it on fruit. If you're a fruit person, then that's all you eat. Yeah, your sugar levels can go a little bit high because of that.
Okay.
But, you know, also important to note that fruit does have the added benefits of antioxidants, fiber, things of that nature.
Okay.
So
we're not gonna talk about fruit at all when we talk about sugar, because this is actual like granulated processed sugar.
Exactly. So let's do vitamin water, and I'll lot of people think that vitamin water is so healthy and great for you. How much sugar do you think is added into vitamin water?
I don't think it's all that sugary. I mean, usually I've drank those before. I'd say 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Well, would you be shocked that there's 7 right
Nice,
there?
7.
Nice, I know. So right there, you know, if you're female, that's all the sugar once again you get for a day. You know, men, you get 3 more sugar cubes. So I don't know what you're gonna do with that extra 3. But just kind of important to note that, you know, something that we think is healthy, yeah, it has a lot of added sugar. And now the Gatorade.
Yeah.
I love Gatorade. You know, kind of talking about
That's a big Gatorade, too.
It is. It is. And now, how much sugar do you
Give
think
me a
would be
hint. Is
good?
it more or less?
Like so between
Gosh,
the two.
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna say. That's a big one. I'm gonna say 12.
12? You were close, actually. So there's 14 sugar
Okay.
cubes in one large thing of Gatorade.
Wow.
Now that's, you know, when you think about it too, because, you know, we're talking man and female, we need 6 or 9 teaspoons depending what gender we are. Kids don't need nearly as much sugar as we do too. They need a little bit less than that. So if we're giving our children a huge Gatorade after T-ball practice where
Right.
they maybe ran once or twice around the bases, sometimes, you know, you have to think, does that really correlate well? Because this is a high performance athletic drink.
Yeah, you told me that's so interesting that Gatorade was made for the Florida Gators.
Yes.
And so it's for like elite athletes.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but your T-ball player is probably not
Not yet.
that elite
Not
yet.
yet. Yeah, that's why the name is Gatorade. It aids the Gators.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, so.
I love that. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is a lot of sugar just to be drinking, and that's your whole, more than your day's worth of sugar.
Absolutely.
So we need to, what do we need to drink instead?
Oh, I'm thinking, you know, shocking. Water. Once
Okay.
again, water. And, you know, we do encourage flavoring the water. So feel free to put some strawberries and some mint or some basil and some pineapple or cucumber is great too. So there's different ways you can flavor your water. And also they do have the droplets you can put into that are sugar-free.
Yeah.
Because everyone likes a little bit of taste of their water every once in a while.
And we're okay with the fake sugar stuff?
You know, in moderation, once again, even with
Yeah.
sugar, in moderation too, but just, I would rather children that come to see me, I would rather them stay away from 2 or 3 Gatorades and have more of the flavored waters.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, well, good. Now, Brandy, you're going to tell us a little bit about My Taste Is Why.
Yes, so My Taste Is Why goes back to our sodium intake. We're trying to cut out some salt in our foods and tame those taste buds. So we have some seasonings and some fresh herbs that you can replace your salt with that makes it so much better for you.
That paprika is a good substitute.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
that smoky flavor.
It's delicious too, and you know, just give a little variety to your food. So.
Right, and with September being Childhood Obesity Month, this is a huge deal with our processed foods that we're giving our kids these days. There's so much more sodium in that food for the kids than that need to be.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'd like to see the teaspoon amounts for some of that stuff. Well, you mentioned earlier too that heart disease is the #1 killer
It is.
of Americans, and stroke is #5, and a lot of that has to do with heart and blood pressure, which also
Right.
stems from sodium.
Right.
So it's just a nasty circle. So we're getting rid of the salt.
Getting rid of the salt, yes.
And then My Movement Is Why is
yes,
week 4.
and this is my favorite, week 4. I love to move, I love to be active. There's tons of things you can do to exercise, but one thing, a little game that we've talked about with our kids is chores. So a fun thing to do with chores to get your kids moving indoors.
You call it a game.
Well, we're getting there. Everyone has little Post-it notes around their house. So you could put these on your vacuum, you could put these on your broom, different things that the kids can do, and they kind of are seeking out to find these Post-it notes, and then they have to complete the task. There you go.
Love that idea.
Yeah. For husbands too, right?
There you go.
That's
yes.
great. I love it. Well, you've also got a year-round agenda, Jump Rope for Heart.
Jump Rope for Heart,
Yeah.
absolutely. We have a Jump Rope for Heart and we have a Hoops for Heart program that are in our schools. And we work with elementary and middle school age kids. The first part of the Jump Rope for Heart program is we want to educate these kids on all of this stuff we just talked about on their level. We want to talk about their hearts, how to take care of their hearts, and then on the other side of it, they get the opportunity to give back to their community with some fundraising if they want to help with the research for
Okay.
cardiovascular disease.
Well, everyone, this is 4 weeks to make you healthier, happier, I would
Yes.
think, and give you sort of a motivational goal. You can go to Facebook, the American Heart Association, OKC's Facebook,
Yes.
and then link to the Life is Why challenge, right?
Yes, the Family Health Challenge is on
Okay.
that Facebook page.
Great, and then you can kind of track your progress, post pictures of you and your family, like doing good grocery shopping and drinking the right stuff.
That's right.
And
Recipes, things
and
of
get
that
recipes.
nature.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this sounds like a great program. Thanks for telling us about it
Yeah,
today.
absolutely. Thanks for having us.